and later we will share this video with you, with other people, through our channels on YouTube, Facebook, and other platforms. So it will be also easily available for you. So today's meeting is on 22nd of March, because this is the World's Water Day. The World's Water Day is the biggest celebration for the whole water hydrological, environmental, eco-hydrological community across the world. And it used to be also the day of the publication of the World Water Development Report. And every year, this report is covering a different topic, the different topic related to the challenges and opportunities of water sector. This year's topic is related to partnership and cooperation for water. This is why we decided to invite one of the biggest experts of that field, Dr. ELFITHRI Rahmah, which is the chief of section for capacity development and water family coordination at UNESCO IHP. And she will introduce to us the specific word of the UNESCO IHP water families and capacity development program. And maybe just a few words about our organizational scheme of today's webinar. I will give you just a few minutes of introduction to this report. I hope I will encourage you to read the report by yourself. And then we will invite Dr. ELFITHRI Rahmah to give us the presentation about the mission of UNESCO IHP. And we will finish with some open time for the questions and answers, if there will be any. And maybe just a few words about organizers. We are the Poland Young Professional Network for the IAHR, which is the International Association for Hydro-Environmental Engineering and Research, international organization. And our co-organizers are European Regional Center for Ecohydrology, which is category 2 UNESCO center. We have also Institute of Geophysics of Polish Academy of Sciences and UNESCO Chair on Ecohydrology and Applied Ecology. So regarding the organization of IAHR, I think it is very important to mention just on one slide who we are for those of you who are not already on board. So the IAHR is one of the biggest professional organizations related to water sector. There are over 4,000 individual members, over 100 institute members, and there are 53 different young professional networks. And one of those networks is ours, located in Poland. And if you want to get any more information about our activities, I think those two links will be very helpful. Don't forget to follow us on our Facebook account to get more recent information about our activities and other webinars that we will organize in future. But regarding the report that we celebrate today, I think it is very important to mention that the year of 2023, it's also the year which is the 20th anniversary of the United Nations World Water Development Report. This is also the 10th anniversary of the annually published report. And as I told you, each year there is a different topic covered. Also, there is a very important moment in the history, let's say, of our water cooperation, water partnership in the global scale, because this is the time when the UN Water Conference is organized for the first time in the last 46 years. The last water conference organized by the UN was in 1977, which is probably the year where most of us were not on this world. So this is a very, very big moment for us, for our water community. So I think one of the biggest take-home messages of this report is that nearly every water-related intervention involves some kind of cooperation. So cooperation is critical to achieving all water-related goals and targets. And I think we need to remember that. And what would you find inside the report for this year? So among others, there are many very useful informations, data, maps that you may use later in your presentations or your publications, in your scientific work. Among others, there's information about these transbordary rivers and aquifer systems. And I think this is amazing that we share so much of water resources. And this is one of the major reasons why this water cooperation is so important, because water do not know any borders. And I think we are aware of this. Another mission of this report is to accelerate the global change. It means to accelerate the Sustainable Development Goals achievement, which is somehow threatened at this point. And this is also one of the biggest points of the UN Water Conference being discussed right now. But how I can encourage you to read the report? I think I would like to give you just a quick information formed by myself. So we are all a different kind of researchers related to water. We work in laboratory, we work on mathematical models, we work in the field with water resources. In the end of the day, our goal is to reach the Sustainable Development Goals. I think we all agree with that. But to go to this level from our data that we produce, we must start the cooperation, we must start the water partnership. And it means the education at many different levels. It means cooperation at the very local scale. It means the cooperation at the very big scale. And this is why this report is a must read of this year for each of us, which take care about SDG and water. And this is a very nice representation of how puzzles are put it together for this year report. And I think this is all from my side. And if you have any propositions for the cooperation, please write us for our IAHR Young Professional Network Poland or my email address. And now we will go to this major topic of our today's webinar, which is a meeting with Dr. ELFITHRI Rahmah from the UNESCO IHP. So I would like to give you the floor. ELFITHRI, please share your screen with us. I will just stop sharing mine. Please unmute only, ELFITHRI, please unmute because you are muted. Okay, thanks.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Nice to meet all of you today. First of all, I would like to thank organizer and congratulate organizer also to organize this such event for increasing the awareness of people and especially youth here, mostly about water cooperation, especially also on today's World Water Day. So I would like to share my screen so that you can see my presentation. Okay, let me know if you see my screen and also if you can hear me.
Yes, yes, everything is well.
Okay, so I will share with all of you about building a partnership for water, and especially about the success story of water family at UNESCO IHP, or Intergovernmental Hydrological Program in UNESCO. My name is Rahmah ELFITHRI. I am a chief of section for capacity development and water family coordination within the division of water sciences in UNESCO IHP. So first of all, also happy World Water Day 2023. So today we are celebrating the World Water Day, and as you know, As you know, every year on this date today, 22 March, we are celebrating World Water Day with different themes every year. So this year, the theme is about accelerating change. And as you know, also it will be help to accelerating SDG 6 towards achieving the overall SDG goals, of course. So this year, with the theme of accelerating change, we aim for all of us here to make change to accelerating this SDG 6 achievement. As you know, also we are currently very much off track to meet Sustainable Development Goals SDG 6. It is according to the report by UN Water on SDG 6, so that many countries is still not on track to achieve the SDG 6 on water and sanitation by the year of 2030. So we need to accelerate change to go beyond business as usual. Because according to the report also, if we still do our business as usual, we will not achieve this SDG 6 by 2030. So then to accelerate the change, we need to take action. And what kind of action? I think we need to you will understand related to water, we need to change our current practices. If there is still many wasting in the current practices or not good practices, we need to change towards sustainable water management. So we can start this changing from our home, which we have our family at home. So we use water every day for drinking, for washing, or even for cooking. If we can save the water in all aspect of water management at home, or we can manage it properly, we can contribute to this achievement towards accelerating SDG 6. And then also we can, after we start from home, we can also contribute to make a change in our school if we are still at the school, or at university if we are in the university, or in the office if we are already working, so that we can make little changing and it will contribute to a bigger impact. And then of course after that we can also make changing in our community or surrounding environment. And if within our environment we have a river, we can start to make changing in the river areas, or if there is a lake, then we can start make changing also in the lakes or any basin or catchment area in our surrounding environment. And also we need to start from now so that we can make changings. And then because of that also, for this World Water Day 2023, UN Water introduced a campaign called Be the Change. You can find detail on the website also for UN Water World Water Day, and which promoting everyone to take a role to make changings to see what kind of world we want, so that we need to change our way of use of water, consuming water, and also managing water. So then we can hopefully contribute to accelerating this SDG 6 for achieving this goal, SDG 6 goals. And then related to building the water partnership for water, when we want to make the change, we cannot do it alone. So we need a partnership in water. In fact, just now, Powell shown the report for World Water Development Report. The main output is the cooperation for water. So then when we want to make changing in our, especially in even at our home, we need the whole family to contribute to this changing, to make changings towards water practices, sustainable water practices. And if it is in the school, university, or at office also, we need to do this together. And especially in the wall or in the surrounding environments, then we need to work together with people, with the organization, to make changings, to work together in achieving this goal. And the partnership can be formal or informal, so for example, formal such as MOU or any type of agreement, or informal, we can collaborate with all water stakeholders in addressing water issues and challenges. So this kind of activities is very important to achieve this sustainable water management. And also the partnership for water will also need to do as a collaborative, participatory, and holistic approach in towards achieving sustainable water partnership. Because if we not really do this kind of approach, the collaboration sometimes not really sustainable. It's just in terms of one activities, for example, and after that leave like that. We need to make these activities as sustainable as possible, so that after we engage with people or organization, we need to continue the good collaboration. So that's the aim for these goals. And for example, in UNESCO, we have a partnership with many people or organization, of course. For example, I make a list here, like we have UN development system. We need to partnership also with our donors, with key constituencies, like young people like all of you today here mostly, and cities and business. In fact, today's events or webinar is kind of partnership that we UNESCO have with young people like Powell, especially like the organizer. IAHR youth chapter for Poland. And then another partner that we have is such as NGOs, non-governmental organization, IGOs or international government organization, and also regional organization. So that this type of organization, we also need to have a partnership with them. And we have also what we so-called UNESCO family partners, which I will explain later. There are many UNESCO family, but especially for us in IHP, Intergovernmental Hydrological Program, we call it UNESCO Water Family because it is all partners related to water. And then we have also UNESCO Extended Family, such as UNESCO Club. I think maybe you know, in some university they have UNESCO Club. But of course, not all university, but most or many university have UNESCO club. If you don't have, you can establish one of UNESCO club in your university. And UNESCO Goodwill Ambassador, the UNIVOC network is like a network for education vocational network. And then at the country level, we have also UNESCO National Commission, which I think Poland also have, which we can directly engage UNESCO. Between UNESCO and National Commission. And especially for water, we have, which is UNESCO ISP, we have also national committee in all, at least 172 countries in the world. I will also introduce a little bit about the UNESCO framework, which is especially under natural science sector, because under UNESCO, we have natural, we have education sector, we have cultural sector. So for natural science sector, we have three divisions, which is a division of water science, where IHP or Intergovernmental Hydrological Program is. And we have also another division of ecological and earth sciences, which have another three section under that division. And then another division on science policy and basic science, which also have another three section under this division. And then another 2 unit, which is small island developing stage, and also disaster risk reduction unit. So this all components are under natural science sector. And for Intergovernmental Hydrological Program, we have a section related to hydrological system, climate and adaptation, also section about groundwater sustainability and water cooperation, and also capacity development and water family coordination, where I coordinate this section directly. And then in terms of the team, we call it the team also for IHP to work in each phases. We also have evolution in starting from its establishment since 1975, ISP1, with the team of international cooperation in hydrological science also. So if you can see this evolution, now we are at the 9th phase, starting from last year, 2022 until 2029, with the theme of science for a water secure world in a changing environment. So it means all of our activities in UNESCO will need to work towards achieving this science for a water secure world in a changing environment. So it is also in line with our strategic plans, which endorsed since June 2021. And for your information also, IHP is the only intergovernmental cooperation program of the United Nations system dedicated to water research and management. So our work is mostly directly in engaging with member states because it is intergovernmental cooperation program. And we promote water sciences and interdisciplinary and integrated approach to water management, incorporating the social and cultural dimension of water, while also developing capacity for integrated water resources management. And this is just for you to know that we have 5 priorities areas this year, focusing on scientific research and innovation, water education, bringing the data and knowledge gap, integrated water resources management, and also water governance. And we have another 3 additional sector or groups which focusing on hydrological system, also ecohydrology and water quality, and then the other one on groundwater and human settlement. For all these areas or priority areas or groups, we establish also a thematic working group. So we have 8 working groups to help us in IHP Secretariat to implement or to achieve this all activities and output under these priority areas. And I will share with all of you, of course, with about success story of water family in UNESCO. So what is the water family? As I mentioned, our partner is mostly, we have many partners, but then the most important partner for us, especially in water, is our UNESCO water family. So UNESCO water family involved from around 172 IHP national committees and focal points. So in almost all countries, we have our IHP national committee, which help us or work directly with us to implement water-related activities in the countries. And then we have also around 73 water-related chairs and unity network. So I know one in Poland, we have one of UNESCO chair on ecohydrology in Łódź University. And we have many UNESCO chairs which work together or directly with us in implementing water-related activities. And we have also about 17 IHP flagship initiative that becoming our main flagship initiative for implementing activities of program. And then our IHP secretariat here in UNESCO HQ in Paris. And we have many regional hydrologists and science officer in field office because UNESCO have many field office in the regional, in the region and also in the countries. And we have around 29 currently water specialist center or category 2 center. And we have also 1 category 2 center in Poland, which is ERCE, European Regional Center for Ecology. And we have 1 well water assessment program, which deliver or produce UN well water development report every year, as you know. So this is example of we call UNESCO ecohydrology family because out of many water family, we have also thematic. So for example, for thematic related to ecohydrology, we can call it UNESCO ecohydrology family, which consists of category 2 center related to ecohydrology, such as in Poland, center in Ethiopia, Indonesia, or in Brazil and Paraguay, and chairs, which is also related to water, related to ecohydrology. So it is all of this chair and center we categorize as Ecohydrology family. If there are also centers and chairs related to groundwater, for example, so we can call it UNESCO groundwater family, or any other topics that because out of many water family, they focus on different topic of water. So that is just to give you examples. And then, of course, we conduct some meetings related to UNESCO chair and sometimes with the center on different purposes. And this is just example of the meetings that we have with our UNESCO chair quite recently. And related to flagship initiative, as I mentioned, we have 17 flagship initiatives. So you have heard about this initiative before, or if not, you can Google it later. We have international drought initiative, friend or flow regime from international experimental and network data network. We have also HELP, hydrology for the environment, life and policy, World Lake River Initiative, urban water management program, water museum, YMAP graphic. You can Google all of this later. International Sediment Initiative. So this is all the flagship initiative that UNESCO have. Just to give you example, for example, for the HELP flagship initiative, it is about a river basin, which currently we have a network of 91 basin around in 67 countries. And currently for this basin, for this initiative, we are identifying UNESCO center or chairs to become host of this initiative, because UNESCO way of working, each flagship initiative will be hosted by one of the chairs or centers that can work directly with UNESCO for the implementation. So just to show to you, this 91 river basin is our network, which becoming our partner also, so that UNESCO can work directly with this partner in 91 river basin to implement activities related to river basin for this initiative. Another flagship initiative, for example, International Initiative on Water Quality. So for this initiative, it is hosted by Wendy, UNESCO chair on water and energy in Kyoto University, and then UNESCO chair on sustainable water security in Florida, Miami, and also UNESCO center in Koblenz, Germany. So this initiative hosted by 3 UNESCO chair that work together among them to focusing on water quality initiative. And for this initiative, they have also network or partner around 200 scientific and people, or more than 65 countries, that also becoming our network or partner for UNESCO. So this is kind of example of how UNESCO work with our flagship initiative. Another example, if you ever heard before about Global Water Museum Network or WAMUNET. So similarly, for this WAMUNET, we have currently around 73 museums in 41 countries as a member. And for this WAMUNET, it is hosted by UNESCO chair in Venice, Italy, on water, heritage, and sustainable development. This is the network that we have currently for Global Water Museum Network, which all of them also becoming our partner. So this is example of UNESCO partnership in for flagship initiative. And then back to the World Water Assessment Program, because World Water Assessment Program is also one of our water family, and we have only one based in Italy also. So this World Water Assessment Program established in 2000, in the year 2000, in response to a call from the UN Commission on Sustainable Development to produce a UN system-wide periodic global overview of the status, use, and the management of freshwater. And then in achieving their objective to meet the growing requirement of UN member state and international community, the main task is to produce the UN World Water Development Report every year. So this year is 2023. They also have a publication that Pavel just shared with all of you today. The link is already available in UNESCO to download, so it is downloadable in this link, if you can see this link. And it is launched today in US during UN 2023 World Water Conference at 11 a.m. or same time with us, but of course in the US it's still very early now. 11 a.m. in New York will be around, yeah, I mean another 6 hours ahead maybe. So so this report will officially launch today, and it's focused on the partnership and cooperation for water, and which give policy recommendation to decision maker for related to partnership and cooperation. And it is also shown the building partnership and enhancing cooperation across all dimensions of sustainable development. So you can download it later. So this is the side event focusing on partnership and cooperation for water, which will also share the main finding of the UN World Water Development Report and experiences from the countries today in New York. And another UNESCO initiative related to capacity development, which I would like to share with all of you also. As you know, also UN Water in order to achieve SDG 6, because from the report that they conducted by UN Water, it's found that SDG 6 is not it's still off track, so it's not we will not be able to achieve if by 2023 if we still act as usual currently. So that's why we need to change. So because of that, UN Water launched this SDG 6 Global Acceleration Framework, which focusing on 5 components on related to data and information, capacity development, innovation, governance, and financing. So these 5 accelerating framework, one of it is capacity development, which UNESCO play important role in this capacity development. And in fact, UNESCO and UNDESA co-coordinated this UN Water SDG 6 Capacity Development Initiative, we call it CDI, which contribute to the capacity development pillar of this SDG 6 Global Acceleration Framework. So out of 5, one of it is capacity development, that which is co-coordinated by UNESCO and UNDESA. So it is launched since March 2021. And then after that, October 2021, we produced the concept note. And then in April 2022, we produced the work plan. And then we continuously producing this flyer in English, and after that in Spanish, and then in French. It's available in UNESCO website also. And in fact, tomorrow, this is for tomorrow, we will have a specific set event in UN Water conference also, taking next step for a water and climate resilient world through capacity development of people and organization. So this is all related to building capacity for human or people, and also institutional or organization, because in order to develop capacity, we need to always build these 2 components. We cannot only build a capacity of human, but then we forgot this institutional capacity. So we need to develop a capacity for both components. And if you have can see here, we have also many partners in doing this or implementing these activities. And another UNESCO activities or programs, which I would like to share with all of you also, related to ecohydrology, which we launched. I mean, this program is starting from since 1996, but then since 2010, we promote the establishment of ecohydrology demonstration site around the world. And last year, we launched a call for new ecohydrology demonstration site in order to promote ecohydrology approach to global audience or all countries and region in the world. And for this call, we ask countries or member states to submit the proposal to us, which are available online also in UNESCO website and also in UNESCO Ecohydrology web platform. to apply to establish or to becoming ecohydrology demonstration site. We have also 3 ecohydrology demonstration sites in Poland. So currently we have 37 demonstration sites in 26 countries in the world. So if you can see here the distribution of the network for ecohydrology, which also our main partner to implement activities related to ecohydrology. As you can see here, we have 3 demo sites in Poland, which is Sokoloka River catchment in Poland, and Pilika River catchment in Poland, and also which recently approved during the last Ecohydrology Scientific Advisory Committee meeting, Radom City in Poland. So this is the total global network of UNESCO Ecohydrology demonstration site, which our important partner to implement activities related to ecohydrology. And as you which collaboration with UNESCO chair in Poland, and also UNESCO Center in Poland, and of course Ministry of Infrastructure in Poland, we will also have specific session on ecohydrology tomorrow during UN Water Conference in New York, focusing on transdisciplinary ecohydrology for acceleration of SDG, methodology of science, and patterns of implementation. And this is to give you example of partnership with UNESCO Water Family, which is UNESCO chair and UNESCO Center. We have conducted various workshop, seminar, trainings, symposium, which specifically with UNESCO chair and center. For example, this symposium in Poland, together with UNESCO chair and center in Poland. In Nigeria, we collaborate with UNESCO Regional Center in Abuja, Nigeria. Also Tanzania, which we collaborate with UNESCO chair in Tanzania, and also quite recently in Cabo Verde, we collaborate with various UNESCO chair and center, and also UNESCO regional office there. And this is most important topic for youths, especially for IAHR youth chapter. We have also a partner, which is our important partner, also youth engagement, which is very important. So for ecohydrology, especially, we have also Ecohydrology Emerging Professional Global Network, APGN, which we also would like to encourage all young people or water leaders to involve, or in fact to make this network active and in supporting our ecohydrology activities. And also can initiate any program. So if you are interested, you can join this Ecohydrology Emerging Professional Network. And not only that, especially for ecohydrology, we have also special program on Erasmus Mundus Master in Applied Ecohydrology, also together with Poland, with ERCE in implementing this one. In fact, we have 4 university consortium, University of Algarve, Portugal, University of Wood, Poland, and Technical University of Applied Sciences in Lübeck, Germany, and also University of Antwerp, Belgium. This master program initiated since 2021, which is supported by UNESCO, and we also involve every year in the in this program. In last October, we have the second intake already for this master program. And then last year also, and last November, the student visited UNESCO HQ, and then we have a session with them, so they can also learn directly ecohydrology and other water sciences related activities with UNESCO. And currently there are total 44 students from 29 countries which join this MAE, or Master or Applied Ecohydrology. So students, if you're interested, or maybe can promote also, can apply maybe for the next batch for this master course, which supported by EU program. So that yeah, it will be very much good and beneficial for students especially. And we have also another youth engagement, which is very much important also, and quite big network in UNESCO. We have UNESCO Groundwater Youth Network, or GWYN, Global Groundwater Youth Network. In fact, this GWYN they managed to get accreditation for UN Water Conference. So some of them representative from WIN going to New York now because they have specific session there. So this is a good some of good potential or benefit by joining youth network so that we can involve in many activities and programs. Also, I would like to share related publication which collaborate or focusing directly with on youth together. For example, together with UNESCO center in so UNESCO chair in China, we produce this water education for kids for the age 3 until 7, and then also another water education for children for the age 7 until 12, and then water education for teenagers for the age of 12 until 16. So this is such a good material for water education for kids, which showing our collaboration also with partners or water family in China especially. And then another example of collaboration in publication with our UNESCO water family in Africa, that we established or producing this youth and water security in Africa, which is in line with global priority Africa. So this is example. So okay, I still have time. Okay, so of course, as youth in Poland, you are very much active there, and you have more initiative in engaging with partner, or in fact to work with us in UNESCO. And we offering the partnership opportunities with UNESCO in many ways, of course. For example, in exploring new UNESCO chair and category 2 center in the countries. If you come from various countries, you can try to establish any chair of UNESCO center following the procedure in UNESCO, and all information are available online. Or in hosting one of the UNESCO flagship initiative, that is also another opportunities. Or in strengthening capacity development of various stakeholders, including human and institutional capacities in water. Or also to establish, or because currently we are identifying the pilot countries for capacity development initiative. Also, we are another activities in UNESCO, we are identifying pilot countries for new indicator for water education, which also we are currently focusing working on that. Or establishing the new water museum. If you know any possibility for this one, we can work together also. Or establishing new Ecohydrology demonstration site, as I shown just now. And then involvement of in all youth initiative, as I mentioned. In fact, women engagement is very important. As you know, it is also one of the UNESCO priorities. And in fact, the most importantly for youth, especially, we have also possibility to become intern, because we have internship program in UNESCO, which you can also can check online. And then participation in member as a member of a working group that I shown in the earlier of priority areas of UNESCO. Also participation as contributor of 34 output, because UNESCO, in achieving IHP 9 phase, we have around 34 outputs. So each output have a leader. So you can join, or anyone can join as a contributor for these outputs, or welcome for any others collaboration with us. So thank you very much. Welcome for any question. Yeah, we still have time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ELFITHRI, for this wonderful presentation. I guess it's a very nice picture of this complex water world inside UN and UNESCO. I mean, it's very complex, but this level of complexity is necessary to tackle all the water challenges and include all the water actors, and also everybody has a different point of view related to water sector. So you need to somehow link everybody, from ecologists to hydrologists, from people who are involved to managing water to people who are receiving water. So this is a huge challenge, but I think you are doing it very great. So thank you once again. If there is any question from the audience, because we didn't receive any on the chat, you can ask right now. You can raise your hand if there is any question. Okay, we have a question.
Hello.
Okay.
I have a question concerning these youth initiatives that you have mentioned. What are the entry conditions for the youth groups to participate? Because I'm coordinating a youth project where we are developing different interesting things with youth. And for me, it would be great to tell them there is such a chance for you. So what are the entry criteria to participate?
Okay, sure. Thank you for your question. Yeah, it's good because, of course, actually UNESCO is promoting our youth network to have as many as possible network. And in fact, the network is not only on water. We have also greening UNESCO network, youth network, something like that. I mean, on general sustainability, we have also youth network on that. But for water, which I highlighted these two networks, each network have a different type of, because also in terms of size. Currently, we have very much active engagement for green groundwater youth network, green. And for this initiative, in fact, actually, it is just launched this year. Last year, January last year, because at the time they opened for call for application to become network, and the deadline is January. And then after that, they have, I think, more than 100 students from various countries gather. And then their first activities at the time, the main activities is during groundwater summit here in UNESCO, which we have special session on youth for groundwater. And this network, because it is very active, we have already the chairman for the youth network. So now if you want to join, you can always reach UNESCO, because the network currently coordinated by UNESCO colleagues here. His name Mahmoud, so that he can assist you on further activities on engagement for related to groundwater. Another network on water, which is on ecohydrology. Actually, it was originally it was quite active when it's because we established this quite I think 4 years already, since 2019. But then after that, because many people's in fact Powell is part of this network. So but then because I think the problem may be because not many people or even students understand about ecohydrology, and then maybe they don't really interested. So that it means we need to promote these networks better. And for this network, also originally it was coordinated by Jose Guana, also our colleagues here in UNESCO as a consultant. But then because after that he is no longer joined us as consultant, then the network is, I can say, like quite not so much active anymore. So the challenges is which we want to encourage many youths people to join this network. So to make this network active again. So maybe the first phase, when we have many people join, we can also elect or nominate the chairperson for this network. Maybe Powell can help our all colleagues, youths joining here, if you are interested on ecohydrology. But at least the good thing is we already encourage and we work together with UNESCO chair in Portugal. All master Erasmus Mundus that I shared just now, automatically they will become our ecohydrology young professional network. And we discussed recently, maybe the first step that we need to do, we need to change the name, because sometimes the name is not really, like emerging professional network. Maybe the student not really interested with this one, because by joining this network, actually we have more opportunities to involve in many international events, for example, because you can always join in any session on ecohydrology that we organize, so that youths can, because normally we always have a session for youth. In fact, for example, tomorrow we have a session on capacity development. We have 2 youths from UNESCO IHE Delft representing youth to present and also to read the statement or announcement towards the end of the session. So this kind of opportunity for youths to be engaged. So yes, but as I mentioned, it depends on the network or the youth network. Some is very much active, some so we need to do some things to make it active. But for the time being, you can always contact me to, then I will inform you on how to next step, or we can discuss further also with Paul especially.
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
yes. Thank you, thank you.
In case we have, for example, an idea of establishing a new eco-hydrology demonstration site, we can address you with the idea, describe it, and then proceed with the communication.
Yeah,
Perfect.
especially for Ecohydrology is directly under me. Yeah.
Perfect. So we have another question. For the hand is raised by Shi Wumek. So yes, you can ask the question. You are still muted. Could you unmute? Okay, perfect.
Sorry. So I'm called Shiwome Desmond, and I'm a Cameroonian student at Kyoto University, researching with the Disaster Prevention Research Institute. My question is regarding the 91 river basins.
Sorry, can you make a little bit louder? I couldn't hear.
I said my question is on the 91 river basin you made mention of.
Okay.
Yeah, looking at a lot of them, of course, I come from Sub-Saharan Africa. I can only worry much about our own basin. And looking at Sub-Saharan Africa, the gap of to achieving this SDG 6 is more or less, I would say, greater compared to the other part of the world. So, and looking at the 91 basin, we barely saw one in our area. So my question is to find out what are the criteria of one of these basins being identified and, you know, taken care of by UNESCO.
Okay. Yeah, okay. For the 91 river basin that you asked is actually under flagship initiative of HELP, or Hydrology for Environment, Life and Policy network that we have also for HELP, and we have 91 river basin in 67 countries. So it is you can find or you can download the brochure in UNESCO also. You can Google HELP. So this 91 river basin, we have, I don't remember exact number for African, but we have many some river basin also in Africa. But as I mentioned also in my presentation, we are currently finding or looking, because we want to reactivate or make this network active again. We are looking for the hosting for this initiative, because some initiative has already have the host to host this initiative. So for this HELP, we are already at least identifying two centers that willing to become host, which is UNESCO Center in Dundee on Water Science and Policy Center in Dundee, Professor John Rowan, and UNESCO Center in Nigeria on Integrated River Basin Management. So these two centers is already communicate. In fact, we have meeting already with them that they are willing to host. So hopefully, after we got this officially confirmation from them to host this initiative, then we can relaunch or conduct many other initiatives to make this network for the 91 river basin active. And in fact, we plan to launch a call again related to this river basin, which in detail we will discuss with the new host after this. Because long time ago, all UNESCO initiative is only conducted by UNESCO, but nowadays we cannot do it alone also. So that's partnership is important. So then we need to work with UNESCO chair or center. I mean, our UNESCO water family, to help us in implementing different programs that they interested or in line with their core business also. So that's why for HELP, we are identifying another center and chair or center currently for another flagship initiative also hosted by different chair or centers.
Thank you.
Yes.
So I hope if you're interested later when we launch the call, then you can join or inform your countries to be part of this network.
Certainly. Thank you.
Also, if the catchment area is addressing some eco-hydrological research or eco-hydrological implementations, nature-based solutions, I think the network for eco-hydrological demo sites would be also interested. So yeah, I think you can reach both programs by the emails or contact ELFITHRI or somebody from UNESCO to access. We have also some questions on the chat.
Okay.
The first question is from Denise. On this collaboration network, does the database have open access? Can any researcher get this water resource data? And I think one of the programs, one of the initiatives of UNESCO was the WINS, W-I-N-S
WIN.
program.
Okay, I forgot to show.
Yeah, and there is a lot of open data related to hydrology and environment. So this is the UNESCO WINS. I will write the name of the program on the chat. Am I correct? Maybe there is any other open data system?
Oh, currently WINS, yeah.
WINS, yes, UNESCO WINS.
Yeah, it is also available in UNESCO. Yeah, you can. In fact, for the WINS, also many youths involved. I mean, we conducted some trainings at least to help countries, member states, to understand how this WINS network programs going on, or to implement how, because to access data sometimes you need to have hydrological
experience, yes, skills.
Experience.
This is true.
We already conducted a series of WINS trainings to help countries in understanding this WINS program.
Yeah, I can even share the link to the website.
Yeah, you have shared the links.
Yeah, this is the link, direct link. You can search for the open data here. The second question is about wastewater management and environmental engineering in Botswana. Unfortunately, Lamong said that there is low resources for the research projects. Can we take this to the fields of practice and we'll be able to collaborate? Yeah, I think the limited resources, it's the problem of all of us in many areas of the world. But here we can also support you with some of the ideas, at least from the eco-hydrological demo sites. But maybe you can also share some insight and ELFITHRI on this.
Yeah, for the Botswana, unfortunately, currently we don't have specific program in Botswana for water yet. Hopefully in the future. But that is the intention of the calls, so that when we launch the call, we hope to reach many countries. Then countries can apply accordingly to us, so that we can assist the countries also in implementing or establishing something that interested by the countries, because UNESCO have many programs. So then depends on which program that members that interested. For Ecohydrology, of course, we plan to launch the new call next month, in fact, because the Ecohydrology programs, the deadlines will be to apply will be in August, so that the application can start in June. So it means since April next month, the countries can start to prepare already, because in order to apply, there is some information that we needed, so that country can prepare the information needed accordingly.
Yeah, but this information will be available on the website of UNESCO.
Yeah, also
IHP,
available in UNESCO website and Ecohydrology web platform.
Oh, yes. Okay. Thank you very much. I think we can finish, as it is 12 already. So we planned our webinar to stay short, among 1 hour, and we finish with success. This is a very good information. I would like to honestly thank.
Maybe before that, I want to acknowledge my colleagues here from UNESCO ISP, Jorge Ellis. I saw him from water education expert. And my another colleague, Jeff Kemkin, which is, I can say, expert on HELP river basin programs. So maybe, I don't know if you want to say some more before closing.
Yes. Some concluding remarks from Jorge and Jeff, if you have any, please.
From me, actually, no concluding remarks, but again, as expressed by ELFITHRI, we are at the disposal of all of you. Our main purpose is to support member states in all water-related issues, and the experts, the network of specialists. So please feel free to participate in our calls, in our actions, in our activities, and to revert in case of specific questions. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you very
thanks
much.
for you. Jeff, if you want to say something or not? No?
No. Okay.
Okay, we can keep in touch later. Yeah.
Yes, okay. So once again, I would like to confirm that the video from today's meeting will be available. So you can go once again through the presentation to find, oh, Jeff is
okay,
here.
Jeff
So
is here.
maybe
Yeah.
you need to unmute, your microphone is muted.
Jeff is hosting demonstration HELP River Basin in Australia and also in Portugal.
Yeah, look, thanks very much, ELFITHRI, and thanks for a wonderful session. It's very interesting, and it's really good to hear of so many programs that are being established and run under UNESCO now. It's really such a big family, an important family, and it's been a pleasure to be part of it. If I could just make one plug, ELFITHRI, that came to my mind that,
yeah.
As you know, Susanna Neto and I are editors-in-chief of World Water Policy Journal. And I was thinking maybe we should have a special issue at some point on UNESCO's efforts in water around the world, and perhaps focusing on the youth networks as well, and having contributions from all around the world to a special issue.
Yeah.
Very nice idea. Very nice idea. Thank you.
Yeah. We can explore that because Jeff also hosting water policy journal, and I know Powell or ERCE also have special journal on ecohydrology and
Hydrology.
biohydrology. Yeah. So we can always have special issues that we can focus on specific topic of waters.
Yes, World Water Policy Journal. Yeah. Okay. Thanks very much, and great work.
Thank you also. I saw my another colleague Natasha here. If you want to say something also.
Hello, everyone. I'm very glad that I could assist to this, and we are always very glad when young people are involved in our work. So I would like just to say that we are open also on a different level for any kind of collaboration with you. We have an internship program for young people, for PhD students. So if you are willing, or if in your program you need to make any internships, please address us. We will be more than glad to welcome you in Paris, but also since COVID, we did it once, an experience to work remotely with some people. So we can explore this possibility as well. So it can be useful for both sides, and for you and for us. So if you have any questions at this regard, please address us. Thank you so much to everyone.
Okay, thank you, Natasha, for highlighting this internship part, which I also presented shortly just now.
Okay, thank you. Thanks once again. It's not like I'm hoping that nobody else will pop out from the UNESCO, but then we can finish at this point. Thank you very much for attending this meeting. For sure, we as the Young Professional Network for IAHR from Poland, we will organize more webinars. And we also very much enjoying the cooperation with UNESCO HP. So for sure, it will be among us continued. So thank you very much. Once again, I will say that the video will be shared with you. And of course, we are waiting for your remarks, for your comments on our emails, all the time at your disposal. Thank you very much for today's meeting.
Okay, thank you also.